What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, man. Today I'm about to be breaking down Euphoria, man. They just dropped a special episode following the first season that they had, man. And when I watched this yesterday, man, they dropped so many gems, man. I'm like, I gotta talk about this on my channel, man. They dropped. If you haven't watched this and you want to see it, you gotta get it on HBO, whatever. And then spoiler alert too, because I will be breaking it down. So if you want to watch it before I actually break it down, go watch it, then come back to this video, whatnot. But they talk about sobriety. Then they talk about relapse. Then they talk about addiction. Then they talk about relapsing after starting a streak. Then they Rude, the character which Zendaya plays, she was talking about how she didn't believe in God. Then they talked about advertising and distractions. And then it was like what to do good. But yeah, it was a lot of stuff. Love, you don't want change. And then he was like, forgiveness is change and all that stuff. But we're going to break this down, man. They talked about a lot of stuff. I'm not going to break a lot. Actually, I will be breaking a lot of stuff down in this video, but I'm not gonna be playing this whole video. So I recommend y'all go watch this video after I get done breaking it down or whatnot. But the first one is sobriety.
You know, that's what I don't understand about the world, because there is tons of people who drink and do drugs, and sometimes their life is good and sometimes life is bad. It's fucking life. There's ups and downs to this shit. But I mean, whether you believe me or not, I'm good.
Yeah, you said that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like I'm doing a bunch of shit. I'm just smoking a little bit of weed and taking some pills that were prescribed to me.
My point is, it's not gonna last.
Yeah, well, neither do my moods when I'm sober.
Okay, well, I'm not saying you're a paragon of mental health. You've got your issues, and you're gonna be struggling with those issues for the rest of your life. That's a fact. The problem is that you look at sobriety as a weakness in the face of those issues. And what I'm saying is, sobriety is your greatest weapon.
So what he's pretty much saying is that sobriety, if y'all don't know what sobriety means of the state of being sober, not on drugs, you feel me? And he's saying your biggest accomplishment, or pretty much biggest success, would be if you is sober rather than not sober. And when he said biggest weapon, that's pretty much saying that's your biggest power, and you will have control of your power just by being sober. This society brings the drugs and advertise the drugs, and how you not in the state of mind of being who you really are, you feel me? And that's really what he's getting at that point when it comes to sobriety. But I ain't gonna talk too long about that. I'm about to go to the next topic, which is relapsing, and that was like right around here.
When I'm clean, when I'm present, like a part of this world, I don't just think about relapsing. It's darker than that. And you can say that sobriety is my greatest weapon, but to tell you the truth, drugs are probably the only reason I haven't killed myself.
Now we're talking. Now you're being real. Now you're being honest. Because this whole bullshit about being a functioning drug addict, about finding balance, that ain't true. That's a lie.
It's not a lie.
It's a lie whether you know it or not, but more importantly, I don't give a fuck to hear it.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Hey, whatever, man.
Yeah.
Whatever, man. Listen, young blood, I was shooting dope before your mama's egg dropped. I've lived a whole motherfucking life to get to this diner to sit across from your arrogant ass so that you ever whatever me. You're 17. You don't know shit. You think you're hard? I'm harder. You think you're tough? I'm tougher. You got clean and went to kill yourself? Same motherfucking story here. You wanna know why? You wanna know why? I'll tell you why. Because you don't know how to live life. You don't have the tools. You're too busy running around trying to bullshit everybody into thinking you're hard. You don't give a fuck, when in reality you give so much of a fuck you couldn't even bear to be alive. So guess what? New rule, no more wasting my motherfucking time. You want to use, but the least you can do is be honest. Own that shit.
Yeah, he say own that shit, you feel me? when you relapse and you feel at that lowest stage, you gotta feel that because that's what's gonna bring you back up. I say this to say this. I say that to say this. Like I was saying in my first video I ever made, you know, when you at the top and you see that sunlight. Well, when you at the top, you don't see the sunlight. It's literally right there, like at the corner. But the only way you can see that light is by going all the way back down to see that light and to see your path. But you really have to study within to know what I'm talking about right now. But as he was saying, or as she was saying, she was more so pretty much giving up because it's more deeper when she was saying it. Like it's like, what's the point? You feel me? Or you gotta have a balance. You know, we have to, gotta keep it level 50-50. Like we're gonna have to do it at some point. Like that's pretty much what she getting at. He on the other hand been through a lot, and you gonna see as we get into the more clips. But he been through all that, so he like bullshit. Like he pretty much at the stage where he's an older guy, and she's more of that younger version. So they both got the same versions of each other. It's just she's dealing with it right now. He's been through it. So the next one is gonna be addiction, man, and that's at like right there. Yeah, right there.
You don't want to get clean? Yeah, of course it's fucked up.
Piece of shit, huh?
Yeah, piece of shit. All right, but here's the silver lining. You're not a drug addict because you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit because you're a drug addict. You follow? Okay, all right. What I'm saying is, you didn't come out of the womb an evil person. You, Rue, came out of the womb a beautiful baby girl who, unbeknownst to her, had a couple of wires crossed. So when you try drugs for the first time, it sets something off your brain that's beyond your control. And it isn't a question of willpower. It's not about how strong you are. You've been fighting a losing game since the first day you got high. So you could destroy your life, you could fuck your little sister's head up, you could abuse and torture and take for granted your mama and sit here and look me in the eye and say as calm as can be, as cool as a cucumber, I'ma keep using drugs. Huh. That is the disease of addiction. It is a degenerative disease. It is incurable. It is deadly. It is no different than cancer. And you got it. Why? Look at the draw. But the hardest part of having the disease of addiction, aside from having the disease, is that no one in the world sees it as a disease. They see you as selfish. They see you as weak. They see you as cruel. They see you as destructive. They think, why should I give a fuck about her if she doesn't give a fuck about herself or anybody else? Why does this girl deserve my time, my patience, my sympathy, right? If she wants to kill herself, let her. All reasonable questions and responses. But luckily, you aren't the only person on planet Earth who has this disease. There happens to be people like me who understand that you aren't all that bad.
So pretty much what he's saying is that, y'all heard him, man. Like, addiction could be a disease, you feel me? You really gotta, when I heard that, I'm like, he really got a good point right there. Like, he really got a good point. Every time I talk about weed and I talk about drugs, I really can't talk about like the deepness because I really haven't tried drugs, or I don't do drugs at all. So I always go to the first level, you feel me? I don't really dive deep into it. So when he was telling me that, while I was just hearing it, man, I'm like, dang, that's deep. Like that's on another level right there. Like I didn't really like think about it like that. Like that can actually be a disease, bro. Like think about it. Like a lot of people that's going through these problems that really just can't help themselves, and you might be going through a problem that you just can't fix, man. Like that's probably one of the hardest things to try to come back and fix and try to be on the right path to sober up or just be on that right track, man. And when I heard that, I'm like, bro, I was mind blown. But to the next one, this word got me too when he talking about relapsing after I think it was like 12 years. I'm like, what? Yeah, that's right here.
Haven't you been like clean for 20 years?
Nah. I was clean for 7 years.
Wait, really?
Yeah, well, I had 12 years before that, but I got cocky. Started walking around thinking I was invincible. So now I got 7 years.
Oh shit.
Right.
Wait, how do you relapse after 12 years?
You forget how bad it is.
Damn, how long did you relapse for?
Year and a half.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, fuck, yeah, right.
Oh shit. Damn, I thought you were gonna say like a day or something.
Nah. Once you get back in that cycle, using and abusing, it's inescapable. Especially if you've been clean for 12 years. That's when the disease starts talking. 12 years, Martin. You ain't ever getting that far again. Ah.
And that was crazy right there. I'm like, bro, you've been on for 12 years. Like, just imagine, put this he talking about drugs right now, but you can put this in semen retention, you can put this in anything that you want to stop doing. He did it for 12 years, bro, and then went back to it for a year and a half, and then went back on the grind, and he's on the 7th year right now, bro. Like, that right there is like, dang, because at that point, 12 years, I would think you a master it or something like that. Like, you have to be a king, or you feel me? Like, 12 years, that's a decade and 2 years, bro. Like, that's that's what tells you, like, you can fall back down at any point, no matter what time that you or what point that you is in your life. You can always fall rock bottom, man, and that's always scary. You know, even me, myself, even you that's watching this video, you can be having a good time for so long, and you can fall right back to the bottom, and that's just how it is. Simple as that, man. When I heard that, I'm like, dang, like I'm like, dang, you feel me? Like, I even felt that, like, from a real. And I watch these movies differently now. They do put the truth in movies, but I watch these movies differently now. I know a lot of people that watch this probably didn't pick up. They probably pick up on some stuff, cause this whole little movie, or I should say show, this whole thing, they were just sitting down talking. So I know at least a couple of y'all got, at least if y'all did watch it, y'all probably picked up 2 things. But I picked up a whole lot from this one show, man. And the next one is when she was talking about she don't
Hey.
let me see, when she don't believe in God. Yeah, right.
All right, little smart ass. Okay, that's not gonna cut it.
Ali, I don't believe in God.
Guess what? God doesn't give a fuck if you believe in him. He believes in you.
I don't know. That sounds good, but it doesn't really mean anything.
Of course it means something. If God didn't believe in you, you wouldn't even still be breathing.
So you're saying the reason my dad died is because God didn't believe in him?
Rue, that's not what.
She made a good point right there. Like, I'm like, bro, she made a good point. But back to, I'm gonna get to talking right
angry
there.
in that fucking argument.
Hey, that's not what I was saying.
You know, because every time someone survives like a mass shooting or some terrible fucking earthquake, they always say, you know, I survived for a reason. God saved me for a reason. I have a purpose. And then I think to myself, like, okay, well, what you're saying is that your life is more important than that 6-year-old who died that day, or the newborn who died that day, or anybody fucking else who died that day. Your life has a purpose, right? Well, why does your life have a purpose and my dad's doesn't? Because I could argue that my dad's purpose was to raise me and my sister. To be there for my mom. That was his purpose, I think. But, you know, he's dead.
Listen.
Ali, if you're about to tell me that he died for a reason or, you know, whatever, I will literally walk the fuck out.
I wasn't.
He didn't die to teach us a lesson, okay? He didn't die to, you know, have us all come together or whatever the fuck people tell people when they don't have anything to say. He died because he died. That's it. The same stupid reason I came out of the womb with a couple wires crossed. Right? Just fucking luck. Peace.
Yeah, man. And I wanted to say when she was talking about this, about the God thing, I'm like, that does make sense because God wouldn't wish anything on anybody or wish somebody to die if you do look at it in the other perspective how he was looking at it. You feel me? How he was saying how God wouldn't do this or do that, but what about the other persons that passed away? You know, they had a purpose, or because everybody has a purpose, so you can't just say one other or this other. So she made very sense right there, and I really have to dive deep into that. I really do.
That it. That's it.
Listen, I don't know all the answers, and I'm not going to pretend to. But I do know that at any given point that we're unable to see and comprehend the overall arc of human life. No person can see it. The whole chain reaction of how things come to be from beginning to end. It's a mystery and will always remain a mystery.
Yeah, we always remain a mystery. I like when he said that. But let me get to the advertising.
The KKK
He was talking about a lot.
becomes an addict.
But when he said that, man, back to the video, y'all. I had a little internet problem, but yeah, this clip right here talking about advertising and distractions, man.
I went down to buy me a new pair of kicks at the Nike store the other day. And I look up on the wall and I see in 20-foot letters these words, "Our people matter." And I thought, man, this feels good. Here I am in my favorite shoe stores out here saying, I know you lived a long life. And I know that life ain't always been easy. But here you are at 54 years old, my brother, and I want to say I love you. And I'm like, man, this feels good. And I'm like, thank you, Nike. And then I pick up a pair of these sneakers and I look at the price tag and it says $139.99. And I'm like, I thought Nike loved me, appreciated me in my life. What happened here? And I look around the store and I see a whole bunch of black people, also feeling good. And I see a whole bunch of white people too, also feeling good. Some even, posing and taking pictures with the 20-foot letters on the wall. Yeah, straight up. I just had this feeling. And I thought, fuck you, Nike. You don't give a fuck about anything or anyone. Chinese Muslims are selling these Kaepernick sneakers for 7 cents an hour, and you telling me my black ass matters? Give me a fucking break. If rap music wasn't mainstream, if Nirvana was still the most popular band in America, they'd be out here saying depression matters because that's what will move sneakers. Shit. These advertisers, they're too good. Uh-huh. And they're not smart at us. But at the same time, your generation's full of some mark-ass bitches because they've tapped into your phones. Yeah, they read your likes. They predicted your moves and trapped your asses. You think you out here fighting a revolution and Bank of America's on your side? Give me a fucking break. Because a true revolution has no allies. It's just that simple. It's a true revolution, not a fast one, not a quick one, not a fashionable one, but a real fucking revolution is at its core spiritual.
Spiritual, bro. Like he literally broke that down head to toe, bro. The distractions, how they said, like how he was saying, like they'd just do anything just to move anything, just to increase their sales, had a headline, "Oh, you matter," but they only saying that just to how you to buy their product at the end of the day, just pretty much trying to get you and trick you just to any movement they doing in this world, man. And it's really sad, but at the same time, like he said with the phones, that if they don't get you with this, they'll get you with the phones, and they'll start tapping into anything that you like. That's how they get you. They don't even do what they like no more. They do what you like, so that they'll get you just easily. Oh, you like music? We'll tap into the music. Oh, you like dresses? We'll tap into the dresses. are you like technology, or are you like this type of devices? We tap into that, and then that's how they get you, man. This world is sad, but he pretty much broke that down. And as somebody regular watching this, you just wouldn't think nothing of it, but you just gotta take care of yourself, man. You can understand from a deep, feeling. You feel me? It's just a different type of feeling when you go back and watch this. Meditate, then watch this, man. This is gonna say it all. But another one I want to get to. I ain't gonna try to make this too long. Right here. Yeah, it was like what to do good, but the other reason is holding you back. That's pretty much what this one is. Internet problem again. Hold on. This clip right here shows that you want to do good, but it's somebody else that's holding you back. You feel me? And you can aspect this as anything, same retention. If you want to eat healthy or with the drugs, you can really replace this with anything, man. Anything that you want to do good that's benefiting you, and it's somebody that's holding you back. That's what this clip is really pretty much saying.
Ollie, what am I supposed to do about Jules?
Miss Marsha. Question.
Yes.
How long you been clean?
17 years by the grace of God. 17 years. Never thought I'd be able to say that, but I say it with a lot of pride. 17 years. Why?
What would happen if you thought about dating in the early stages of you trying to get clean?
You want to know if I was interested in dating or if I was interested in getting clean? Because the answer is yes to both of those questions. But I had to not be in a relationship so that I could focus on my sobriety, because that's what I wanted, and I didn't have enough energy for both of those. And I wanted to get clean. Everything that's good to you ain't always good for you.
What do you have to say to somebody who doesn't have a whole lot of hope?
And that's another thing I was saying, man. It's pretty much how bad do you want it, That's pretty much what she was saying. She wanted both, but she had to let the other one go just to focus on her sobriety, being sober, Focus on something that's gonna better her in the long run. And that's pretty much just what she was pretty much saying, man. And
When I was a little girl growing up, my grandma used to always have this saying, and I never understood what it meant until I was ready to get clean. And her words were, baby, trouble don't last always. And it doesn't.
it don't. Trouble don't last always, man. It don't rain forever. The sunlight gonna have to come out at some point. And that's another video I'm gonna have to drop in the future. But yeah, man, any hard problems you're going through, at your lowest stages, when you're at your lowest stage, you can't really go lower than lower. Only thing that you can go is up at that point. So she's speaking
If you
straight
want to make a
facts.
change, that's up to you. You got any more questions for me? Well,
So my next one is forgiveness is change. And that one's like, this one's a minute away. Like, right now. This clip right here, forgiveness is change.
I picked up a piece of glass and I pointed at my mom and I threatened to kill her. That is some unforgivable shit. Maybe I deserve to get my ass left at a train station at 1 a.m.,
Drugs change who you are as a person.
Every time I attacked my mom, I wasn't high.
Drugs change who you are as a person.
Still unforgivable.
No, it's not.
Come on.
If I actually believed that what you did was unforgivable, I wouldn't be sitting here. Because what I've done in my life is way more unforgivable.
You're right, man.
I said it before, I'll say it again. You're playing pool with Minnesota Fats. Maybe if I was some random ass classmate of yours with no life experience and I heard that you picked up a piece of glass and threatened your mama, I'd be like, ooh, that's unforgivable. But the more you believe that, the sicker it makes you, because every time you do something unforgivable, you think, why change? I'm just a piece of shit. I better keep going. What's the difference now? Without realizing that forgiveness is the key to change. We're too busy running around judging everybody's intentions and motivations as if we have some insight into the human soul. You know, you did this, so that must mean you're that. Just give me a break.
Ollie, I picked up a piece of glass. I pointed it at my mom. And I told her I was gonna kill her.
Right?
That's fucking terrible.
But what's it mean?
So pretty much what he's saying is whatever you do that you think that's the lowest stage, that you just won't forgive or forgive yourself that you done or did or in the past or whatever, you just gotta let it go, man. Cause if you don't let it go, you're not just gonna change as a person. You always gonna hold that within you. You always gonna hold that on your side, and that's just pretty much bad energy that you just hold, and that you just gonna stay that same person, man. You just not gonna change. In order to forgive yourself, and in order to forgive is the right path to change. You feel me? That's why you say forgiveness is change. It's the key to change, because if you don't forgive yourself, you're going to be in that loop, that circle that's going around each time and every time. You're just going to never pretty much make it to that next stage because you're still in that loop cycle.
Means I'm a piece of shit.
Look deeper.
I am.
No, you're not. Look deeper.
Ollie, that sounds like a tagline for a dumb fucking...
And he kept saying, look deeper, look deeper, look deeper. This is when he really got into it. Right there.
Punishment. The sentence you've given yourself is that you, Rue Bennett, are beyond forgiveness. That punishment is way too harsh, and it's also way too easy. It allows you to keep doing exactly what you're doing without changing because you deserve it. There's no hope. You're beyond forgiveness. So you may as well just fuck the fuck off forever and go down the gutter, because that's what this girl, this piece of shit deserves. This is why the world keeps getting worse. People keep doing shit that we deem unforgivable, and in return, they decide there's no reason to change. So now you got a whole bunch of people running around who don't give a fuck about redemption. That's scary.
That is scary, I ain't gonna lie. That's probably the most scariest thing. If everybody running around here don't want change and everybody keep doing the messed up stuff that they doing, it's pretty much bad energy on top of bad energy, man. Bad cycles on bad cycles, man. Like, that's probably the most scariest thing ever.
Ollie, what have you done that's so terrible?
A lot.
Oh, but for real?
A lot.
You're not just saying that.
Nah.
You promise.
Why do you want to know?
Because I think you're like a good person.
And this is when she was going and talking about how, like, she thinks he's a good person, and that's when he pretty much saying that he's not a good person, you feel me? He's only a good person because he wants him to be a good person. He's only a good person because he wants to be a good person. Because he been through way worse than her. And he pretty much explained it. I'm getting deep into it. That's pretty much what he was saying. Let's just keep, you feel me? Just like right here.
But the one thing I know is true is that the longer you do drugs, the more you're going to lose. And not just in terms of the things you love, but the things you value about yourself. And every compromise you make, every moral line that you cross, you'll go further and further until you don't recognize who the fuck you are. And that list of racing thoughts, that list of unforgivable things, it grows longer and gets uglier. You still think I'm a good person?
Yeah.
The thought of maybe being a good person is what keeps me trying to be a good person. Although, some people might disagree with you.
Like I said, like the only reason that's making him a good person because he wants to be a good person. You know, he making that change for himself. He had a rough pass through his life, but is that? Hold on, no, that's another. I got one more, and she was saying pretty much like how she want to like pretty much kill herself, pretty much. Like she don't want to be here any longer. Well, not kill herself, but she don't want to be here any longer. You feel me? And he was pretty much, and she was pretty much saying she want to talk about pretty much the real stuff and like, no. She was saying how she loved talking to him, and he was pretty much saying you love talking to me because we only talk about the real shit. So I'm about to go into that clip. That's right around here. I can barely see because it is dark in this room. Right about internet, bro.
Two people sitting in a diner on Christmas Eve talking about life, addiction, loss. You don't want to be a part of it, Rue, because you care about the big things in life.
I don't know if I care about the big things in life.
Come on, now, of course you do. You obviously don't care about the small things, like being right, or being angry. All the things that kill curiosity and keeps us all from looking deeper. You said it earlier. I love talking to you because we talk about the real shit that matters. Like, who do you want to be when you leave this earth?
I'm not really sure I follow.
You said you weren't going to be here much longer. Okay, then? How do you want your mom and sister to remember you?
Yeah, for this video, y'all, I was gonna add the other part, but I'm gonna end up cutting that. But yeah, Euphoria, man, y'all go watch this video, man. Y'all go watch this. You gotta have HBO to have this, man. They talk about a lot of stuff. I only just did a few, but even though this video is longer than expected, but it's one of my longer videos. But who knows? If y'all like longer videos like this, let me know down in the comments below. If y'all want to hit me up, any videos, advice that y'all want me to do, hit me in the comments below, or hit me up on my IG at Lowell University, man. And yeah, go check this out yourself, man. There's a lot of gems up in this, man. And you can pretty much replace different things that they talking about in this video and put it into your life and try to aspect, visualize it, like that, you feel me? But that'd be for this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And this is my first video doing the sideways too. So tell me how y'all like that too, man. Love y'all, and I'm out.